Oh, Canada, our homeland so
Fuck this shit. I need an anthem with some balls.
Sit down and shut up!
Oh man, I was literally just waiting for.
Jesus. This is 2 in a row.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that happens to me a lot, guys. I'm sorry. I was just waiting for. Actually, yeah, honestly, I wasn't ready to start because I was looking at the thing here, watching the video. He had it playing through on my screen. Right? I had full screen, and I was just watching it. And I was
intro?
like, right, these guys better put on a nice one here. Let's do this.
Wait, you were
Welcome to America.
Wait, you
Here
were
we go.
watching the intro of your own show and getting impressed by it?
I wasn't impressed. I was just kind of like, all right, let's see what these guys. What's this all about?
It's not off to a good start.
I'd never really seen it. I'd never really seen it before from start to finish, to be honest with you. Welcome to An American, everybody. This is the podcast where we try to make Canada great again because Canada's, it's second tier. It's B tier, right? It's the blue loot. You know what I mean? Canada's the blue loot.
I kind of recall half of your country wanting to leave about 4 years ago and wanting to head over to my beautiful country.
You know, it's funny you hear that, but nobody actually wants to do that. They would get up there and be like, "Oh wait, this is it's like living in a fucking refrigerator in like a meat cooler. Yeah, I'm good." Why are people up here again? Oh, I don't know. It's the only place they could get. It's the only place that was like left. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what it was?
Like they were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, well, yeah." Pretty much all the Native Americans were like, "Dude, whatever. Y'all can just start taking up there." I guess it must have been like way easier to conquer them up there because they were like, "Whatever, we'll just fucking go south or something." Fuck this.
Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong.
You know what I mean? You guys had a way easier time of it, man. We were fighting for like some nice ass land, some fertile, good shit. You know, actual temperate climates, dude. These people were fighting hard for their land. When it came to Canada's manifest destiny, it was probably a lot easier. They were probably just like, you know what? I can't fucking grow shit here anyway, man. Here you go, bud. Make some jerky.
Canada's fighting for like, I don't know, 8 or 9 cities that are bordering America that are just like, they're basically like Buffalo. And you're looking for those ones, and then you go like 2 hours north of that, and it's just fucking desolate hillbillies. The rest, the civilized people in Canada are basically America.
It's weird. Like, what are some Canadian hillbilly activities? Because here it's like mudding. We got like catching catfish with your hand.
Yeah.
Like as bait. We got let's see, what's another redneck activity?
No, it's like hunting, fishing, fucking like mudding, fucking that kind of stuff.
Horseshoes.
Dude, horseshoes is an old man game. It's on par with shuffleboard at this point. I think Canadian rednecks, they are ice fishing, snowmobiling. Fucking, they do the same kind of stuff that an American redneck would do in the summer. We just do it in a weird way in the winter. We do it year round. We do the normal stuff when it's the ice is thawed over the lakes here, and then once the ice builds up, they just start drilling holes in the middle of the lake and go back to fishing.
So it's just straight up ice fishing and like fucking what's snowmobiling? Like regular people don't snowmobile. Or just nobody that lives up there isn't a redneck.
Well, no, I don't know. Like,
you only make it so far up if you got to be a certain type of guy to make it that far north.
No, I guess normal people like do people not snowmobile down there? Like you don't know anybody who fucking snowmobiles? Like as like a thing?
No, dude, I live in South Carolina, bro. It snows like 3 days of the year, maybe tops.
Yeah, nobody goes for a rip on the snowmobile.
Nobody goes for a rip, dude, and like skids, they just fuck their yard up, bro.
I guess. Well,
They're just gonna fuck up. They're just gonna fuck up the grass, man. Come on, dude. You can't be fucking snowmobiling around, goddamn South Carolina. If you have a snowmobile in South Carolina, like they're gonna be looking at you with a side eye. They're probably gonna like write your name down and be like, "What's this guy buying this for?" Well, they're gonna want some extra information on you. Like, what the fuck are you doing with this, sir? This doesn't make any sense.
that's a good point. Well, yeah, no, I get it is. It's not as common as you think. Like most of the time, snowmobiling's used to get to the next ice fishing location. That's kind of the vibe I get. And then the real responsible people just get ATVs because you can use them year round. But then fucking
I've never seen one in my entire life.
a snowmobile
In person.
Okay, so
I've never seen a snowmobile in person.
then it's much more common than I realized because like yeah they'll be like ripping around, like you'll see them cross the street. We have snowmobile crossing signs on streets.
So you have snowmobiles just like we would have like 4-wheelers or dirt bikes just ripping through this town. Every once in a while you'll see them. Somebody's just cutting through a main road, not giving a fuck.
Yep.
You'll have that. It's just a guy in a snowmobile.
Not only is it that fucked up, so I used to live in the middle of goddamn nowhere. I lived so far out on, it was basically an island. There was one road that went in and out, and there's fields everywhere. But people own the fields. Like I don't know, somebody does. Nobody does anything with them. They're just big open fields, and they're great for snowmobiling. And people would go and snowmobile in these fields, and people get pissed off because they own it. And what they did, instead of like, I don't know, calling the cops, because I'm sure they did. I'm sure they called the cops and they did a bunch of stuff before they did this. But what they did was put a bunch of sign posts in the ground, like little tiny, like you put a full-size sign in and then cut it about a quarter of the way up from the ground so it sticks out of the snow, but you can't see it. So when you're just snowmobiling through this field, if you get hooked up on one of those, it's going to fuck up your snowmobile and probably send you flying.
Dude, that is crazy. Because all I'm picturing is, you get slung off of one and you just get impaled by another. And you're just sitting there fucking like Cannibal Holocaust, go straight from ass to mouth. Fucking pinned up on one of these things, dude. That's kind of crazy, right? One time I was on a trampoline when I was a kid, just on some other kid in the trailer park's fucking trampoline, and it was literally like nobody cares about safety there, so there's no net, there's none of that shit going on. It's just a rusty metal fucking trampoline, one where you can step your leg and blows through like the fucking springs and shit.
Yep.
There's nothing to even protect you from the springs on it. It was just a straight up raw dog ass trampoline.
Yeah, trailer park trampoline.
And this kid had fucking like a 2.5 foot tall, like maybe this round, maybe like the size round of like I don't know, a beer can or something, fucking little like pine tree stump root thing that was sticking over the ground. Somebody just broken off pretty recently. Like it was a fresh break, and I fell off the trampoline. I got bounced off, and I landed with it sticking right through in between my arm and my chest, and I almost literally got impaled on the fucking, like that could have been the end of me, bro.
Really? Like it went
just
through?
fucking impaled. It could, dude. No, it went in between my arm and my ribs, like.
Okay.
Like in that open spot there.
Oh my
right there,
God.
dude. I'll never forget that, yeah. And then fucking I was just thinking like, yeah, it was like a fucking maybe 8 inches from just impaling me right through the goddamn lungs.
Oh my that is so funny cuz like I don't think, like, were you doing something stupid or were you just fucking
Oh, well, yeah, we were doing the thing where you like where you super bounce somebody. Like I'm bouncing and then you get a jump going at the same time and you bounce me really super high.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, dude, yeah, and I fucking went flying off.
Man,
so not only did I just smash and hurt myself off the ground, and that hurt like fucking shit, but I also I think I banged the back of my head, dude. I probably had a concussion.
Yeah, trampoline
That's
shouldn't
really
be
dumb.
legal.
The white trash kids just fucking are down to get hurt.
The amount of times that I fell off a trampoline with like my foot hanging in one of the springs and like you're like upside down but still like attached to the trampoline kind of thing, like falling off the side, having like a spring pop or going through a trampoline happened to me multiple times. I loved trampolines as a kid, but I never got hurt. I don't know why. Like everybody's got broken collarbone stories, but I would fucking land on my head and I'd relatively fine. Like
you just made it taffy. That's why, dude. It was just before you got all stretched out. You could just remold you or whatever. You got home, your parents were like, oh, hang on, let's massage it out.
I don't know why that made me think of.
Dude.
No, there was a time when I was using, you know, an angle grinder, like that you would just like cut like some light metals with.
No.
It's like a.
I wanted to say yes, so I sound like a man, but I don't.
I am not a man, and I know what it is. So yeah, that says a lot. But it's basically.
What do you identify as, Ryan?
Not getting into that on this one. I always check. I don't want to tell you. Whenever they give me that option on any sort of form that I can fill out, I do that. Because why? If they give me that option, yeah, fuck you. I don't want to tell you. I'll be whatever I want.
When they say male or female, I write gay.
Cool. Just for Pride Month?
I throw them for a loop, dude. I'm like, nah. I'm like, gay's a gender now. That's what I'm saying. That's my new stance, dude.
Can you just make
this
a
whole
new
woke
gender?
movement? This whole woke movement is I'm actually the gender gay, which isn't actually identify as a homosexual. It just identify as gay.
Okay.
Okay.
Remind me
gender
about
gay.
that. Bring up woke people in like 2 minutes because I got something to talk about.
Oh, hang on. Let me write down gender gay. Go ahead.
Okay. But I was using an angle grinder and I'm dumb, so I shouldn't be allowed to use an angle grinder. But it's basically like one of those. It's just got a big kind of rough blade. It's not a sharp blade, but it's almost like a Brillo pad that's really compressed, and it spins really fast. And you can cut off like rusted bolts and stuff with it. But you're not supposed to bend it, obviously, but sometimes you have to bend it a little bit. But I bent it one time and I was trying to shear off some bolts, and this thing fucking took off a piece of my hair. The blade snapped off and shot right beside my hair, and like I felt it. It moved my hair, and there was hair on my shoulder. Like it was straight out of a movie. I'm like, I don't know what just happened. I froze. I'm up on a ladder and I'm shaving. It was a gas station sign. I was working like construction at the time, and I was shaving off a gas station sign, and all of a sudden this piece just I felt it move the side of my head, and I was confused for a minute, and then I realized the blade's gone off of my grinder, and I'm like, holy shit, same thing as you. If I was an inch over, it's just going into my face, and it was at least I'm gonna look like Scar from The Lion King.
Yeah, that's your 1,000 Ways to Die moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, Jesus Christ, this is how it happens. This is the dumbest fucking weird fluke way where everybody's like, what in your family? Like, nobody even feels that bad because it was just so crazy.
But sometimes that makes me think of the people, like every single one of your ancestors probably had thousands of those throughout their life, where like a fraction of an inch the other way, they were toast. Your fucking whole lineage is just stomped out with one angle grinder smashing into your face or one trampoline accident, and then everybody in your generation or your heritage, your ancestors, your future ancestors, whatever, that doesn't make any sense, but they're all fucking toast just because of some crazy shit. And we have the most cushy lifestyle out of all of the generations. There were people out there that were just fighting bears constantly, and they probably had millions of these interactions, and they made it. We can barely make it through a trampoline and an angle grinder, which is crazy. And I think about that from time to time, and it makes me sad.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why you got to respect your elders, and it's also why they're all dying of COVID-19, dude. It's just it's a weird world we live in here, dude. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
They put in all that work. They lived a really hard life, and at the end of it, it's just a disease that was designed basically just to kill them. And it's really weird that wasn't there? What didn't China have like the death camp? Not like the death camp, but like the death thing, like killing off old people at a certain age or something. Didn't they have that idea?
No, that's Logan's Run.
What's that?
A movie?
It sounds like an episode of X-Men.
Never heard of. Oh yeah, I guess it could be. They should do that.
Yeah.
Logan's.
I don't know about Logan's Run.
No, Logan's Run. I think there's like I don't even think I've seen it, but I just know enough to fucking understand it that there's a certain age that the whole population hit, and I think it was 35. And when you hit 35, like some government agent just like swept you away and murdered you because we couldn't sustain the population, and that's COVID.
That's I mean, really though, that's like that's the real conspiracy here that I haven't heard anybody bring up, is that it's like a secret disease to kill off the elderly, just to kind of like free up resources for everybody else.
that it does make a lot of sense, and I'm sure somebody's.
Have you not?
jumped
I've
on
never heard that. Have you?
No, it seems like out of all the 5G fucking Bill Gates, Epstein craziness that I've heard out of all this shit, that's the most reasonable conspiracy ever. Like, it makes so much sense.
A lot of sense. I think I'm gonna become a conspiracy theorist now because I think I got a hot new take, dude, and I can cash in on this. So let's figure out a way that we can monetize. All right, dude, we gotta figure out a way to turn this podcast into some type of InfoWars type thing. Okay, how do you think we can do that?
You cannot keep that up. Like, there's one man that can keep that up, and he's
I don't have a what do you call it? A fucking solid enough Coke plug to pull that off. You're right.
I'm kind of retarded.
InfoWars type energy. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I'll be your first. I don't know, what do you want to call it? Is this a cult? Is this a religion? But I don't know. I'll be your first backer. I'll donate.
Fucking enterprise, bro.
Doesn't
that sound awesome?
It does sound awesome. I don't
Doesn't
know.
that sound awesome? Like we wrote that right there. Yeah.
I don't
It's
think...
enterprise, dude. That's all you got to do, man. You say shit that sounds like fucking it's cool out of an Entourage movie, and then you fucking goddamn cash in, bro.
Yeah, I don't think
You get some money, right?
Yeah, I don't think enterprise is even a thing. I don't even think like it's an actual word, but it's just like a fancy way of
Enterprise.
saying
It's a car
business.
company. It's a starship. It's a fucking lot of things, dude.
It's
an LLC.
It is an
I don't know what
LLC.
that means.
But okay, so I want to get your take on this. This is gonna be so weird, but I think today I got called a bigot, and I want you to explain to me.
Yeah, you did, dude. Finally, somebody getting to the bottom of this shit, because I've been telling you for a long time, brother. You're a fucking bigot.
I did literally nothing. That's what's crazy. Apparently, the crime that I committed for being a bigot is not remembering something offensive that someone said.
It's almost as bad as Joe Rogan laughing at a joke.
This is the state of the world that we're in. That I've realized it's never fully hit me
That's heinous.
until today that this is a type of thing that people can get offended for. So just let's start from the beginning here. Somebody comes up to me, and it actually at my work, it's a coworker talking about another coworker, saying that the original coworker said something racist. He's like, he said something horrible and offensive, and he's a bigot. And he's like, but he starts the conversation up like, do you like this guy? It's like, do you like this guy? I'm like, yeah, he's an all right guy. And he's like, well, then you like a bigot. Like, what's wrong with you? I can't believe you would support this guy. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's happening right now.
This is just at your job. And he's like, you support him.
Yes. I'm like, I've worked
How
with
well do you know these people?
Like, I've worked with them for a pretty long time. Coworker A, the apparent racist coworker, I've worked with for a lot longer. But I've worked with the let's call him Snowflake. He's like months for sure. I don't know. He's been around for a long time, but I've worked directly with him for months now.
Interesting.
So it's confusing, and he's like, so there was a conversation, and you were standing right there. And I was so offended. I haven't been sleeping properly, and I don't know if I can stand it anymore. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You need to tell me what's going on. Like, I'm not aware of what's going on. And he's like, if you don't remember it, you're a bigot. And I'm like, I genuinely do not know what's happening.
Like, was I texting you like in my sleep or something? This sounds like some shit I just made up to fuck with you, bro. This sounds like a troll move. He's calling you a bigot, like straight up.
I swear.
Like, I use that word like I call all my friends bigots just to. I make up reasons why they are just because it's funny to put them in that hole, and they gotta be like, no, I'm not. But that's hilarious. This dude's really fucking just dead serious, throwing the B card at you.
He hit me with a hard B card, and I was so stunned that I'm like, you got to tell me what this is, because I don't know what you're talking about. And he gives me one of those looks like, you're fucking with me, right? Like, he looks at me so confidently, like he's like trying to analyze if I'm serious. And I'm like looking at him like, I I don't know what the fuck you're doing right now. Like he's looking me up and down like, are you serious? You don't really remember this horrible bigoted thing that this man said while you were in his presence? And I'm like, no, I do not understand what's going on. And he just walks away. Nothing else is said. And that was yesterday. So today he comes up and is demanding a manager because he wants to report this guy for the horrible thing that he said. And I was like, there isn't one here right now. Like what, like is, I don't know what to do. And he's like, do you want to get into it right now? I was like, sure. So he goes on to explain roughly the statement that was said. Now I want you to understand that we work on a dock like a fucking warehouse. It's a goddamn warehouse where some horrible shit has been said. And nobody seems to bat an eye. Not necessarily racist, but just like horrible shit. And nobody cares. People are screaming the F word from end to end and nobody cares. This thing that offended him so much was, I guess it was a racist joke. It wasn't funny. I can tell you that. So it was definitely a joke. It definitely wasn't funny, but it's like, I guess. Okay, I'll just say it. So what he said was, he had 3 pens. He had 3 pens. He was offering the pens to Snowflake, and he was like, "Which pen do you want?" And then he took the black pen away. There were 3 different colors. He took the black pen away and said, "Oh, black pens matter." And then he put it in his pocket and then gave him the other 2 pens. And this guy hasn't slept for a week because of it.
So wait, the white guy kept the black pen?
Yeah.
Because Black Lives Matter.
Black pens matter.
Was he joking, or is this guy like already did some weird racist shit before, and then now he's like,
maybe
first time he verbalized it, maybe, and so the dude's black guy.
Does it change it that he's Russian?
And so the dude's black guy. No, he's probably racist.
No one in this situation is black. Yes.
I don't even want to talk about it, dude. I'm tired of white people talking about black fucking people's shit, dude.
Oh my god.
Let's leave it the fuck alone, dude. So this guy, and you know what? I should have known. I already knew. You know what, dude? I should have known. The moment you said he used the word bigot, that it was a white dude.
Yep.
Because black dudes don't use the word bigot. It's not even in their fucking vocabulary.
Well, you're a bigot for assuming his race.
I am a bigot for assuming it's race, because I thought that because he was mad about Black Lives Matter, it would be a black person, because that's the only rational thing that makes sense. Instead, it's a white guy in a fucking factory, fucking probably full of fucking white guys in goddamn fucking Canada. I mean, it's like fucking... Oh man, this is gonna go on a real nerd fucking limb here for you guys. But it's like being on the goddamn wall in fucking what do you call it? Lord of the Rings, and fucking Game of Thrones. You're up there on the goddamn wall and you're talking about like fucking Dorn Lives Matter, dude. All right, that's not a thing. Nobody cares, bro. It has nothing to do with you up there and your white asses in Canada. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's kind of how we. So. How this?
You're arguing. I just can't imagine just two so no black people work with you at all.
Yes, no, they do. They definitely black people work with me, but no black people were involved in this situation.
Now, are there black folks that are weighing in on this at any point?
Eventually, yes. So Snowflake then tells me that he is very upset about this because he has black relatives. He has relatives that are black. And he's really passionate about this, and it really made him upset, and he feels like he has to defend them. And I'm like, okay, you do what you have to do. If you feel like you have to go to HR or whatever, like, to make you feel right.
He has relatives that are black, dude. Did he do, like, a 23andMe?
No. I think he's,
Is
like...
he Mike Perrying it?
I don't think he's Mike Perrying it. He didn't pull out some ancestry report where he's, like, way back in the day. There's some... No. I think he has direct relatives.
I got 5%. I got 5%,
and he's
begging me so I can say the N-word.
And I think I don't think I did anything like wrong. I was trying to talk him off a ledge because he was really upset. He was yelling at our work, and we needed to get to work. And he was very upset. and I was like, is this just you or is somebody else upset? Like, are you okay with this? Like just going down to HR and making a whole thing about this. I think it was a joke. And then he then comes back with like tears in his eyes saying like I have to defend this. I feel like I wouldn't even want them to hear this. If they heard something like this, I wouldn't know what I would do. And he was welling up in his eyes. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm not your boss. I'm a fucking coworker, and I'm having this conversation with you. I don't know what the fuck to do. And I'm a bigot, apparently.
Nightmare.
Dude, you're having a conversation with a person you've already called a bigot. So, like, I don't even know where we're going from here. So,
Shit, God forbid he gets a hold of this podcast. You're really in trouble.
So then he was going to go and report him, the last I heard. Then he comes and yells that if the racist will apologize and be a man, then he won't go to HR. And I'm like, I swear to God, he's not going to know what the fuck you're talking about, just like we are. If you come up to him and say that you said something that hurt his feelings, first of all, he's Russian, and he'll probably laugh at you because like he's like super Russian, and like that's shit's not going to fly with him. Like, oh, you hurt my feelings? I'm so sorry. But he's not going to know what you're talking about by saying, like, you said this bigoted thing, and it's not going to be, like, the first thing that comes to his mind. It was the fucking pen joke. And we kind of explained that to him, and he's like, I don't know what to do. And then coincidentally, when this conversation was happening, one of my really close black coworkers showed up, and I was like, you should ask him. He'll have no problem weighing in on this. And they just go off somewhere. I have no idea where they went, and they probably had like a 15 to 20 minute conversation, and then everybody came back like nothing happened. And I go over and talk to him because he's like my friend, and he's just like, I just told him like that was stupid and you're getting mad, like kind of what you said. Like, you're getting mad at shit like that you don't need to get mad at. Like, you should probably worry about your own problems and stuff. Like, it's not a big deal. When he explained it to him, he kind of explained to him like, this isn't even something I would get upset at, and you're getting extremely worked up over it.
It's so fun, and it really goes to show you how much like the average white person that's never really had even dipped a toe into the black experience at all in their life really has no idea just like the difference of like what actual racism is like than what like they perceive racism to be. And so they think that it's something like that, and like when a black person is even, maybe they haven't even experienced a lot of racist shit. They can just look at that and be like, dude, this is the least of anybody's worries. Is a joke that somebody made, especially. Oh. And another thing that's funny too is that they always try to flip that on you. It's like, you're not apologizing for just a joke you made that wasn't funny. You're apologizing for being racist. It's like they switched the fucking thing you have to apologize for. You're like, whoa, wait. I'm not apologizing for being racist. I'm apologizing for the joke. I was never racist to begin with.
Like,
what?
It's kind of a broad spectrum. But I try, like, obviously there's exceptions to the rule, but I try to live my life that if something offended me, but it was coming from a place that was attempting to be a joke, even if it's unfunny, like it's kind of obvious that this was an attempt at a joke, I just don't worry about it. It's like, whatever. It doesn't affect me, and it was just an unfunny joke. I just don't laugh and move on. Yeah.
You just don't laugh, you move on, you're like, whatever, that's just... that wasn't for me, or it was just it sucked, or whatever. That's it. You don't have to go. You don't have to even go do anything about it for one. But also, you can't just flip it to being like, oh well, apologize for being sexist or apologize for being racist. And it's like, whoa! You're attaching this label now that I'm apologizing for being that when I'm really just apologizing for not being funny one time.
And like, I wouldn't even.
Fine.
I think he would.
That happens.
He probably still thinks the pen joke's funny
right now. What?
He probably thinks that pen joke is funny. So he's not even apologizing for an unfunny joke. He's apologizing that you don't find his joke funny. So that's even like a weirder apology. It's like, sorry you don't find what I said funny. That's all you're going to get. Yeah. And that's so crazy.
And he's Russian, so he really doesn't give a fuck about any of this shit. And he's just like, he just heard a thing on the news and then he made a joke.
Yep. That's exactly it.
Oh, man.
He's super Russian.
You know, and I've met people like this white guy you're talking about. What are we calling him?
Snowflake.
Snowflake.
Hmm?
Snowflake, dude. That's not his real name, right?
No,
That's
it
not
is.
what you guys
Birth-
actually call him.
Birth name.
Yeah, birth name.
Yeah.
Nice. Snowflake or Snowflake Jenkins.
It's like
How does it work?
Madonna. No, it's like Madonna. It's just Snowflake.
Oh wow, nice. I like that, dude. It's hot. Yeah. That's just those people are the least fun to be around. Like I've worked with a couple of people like in the kitchen and stuff, and you're just like, all right, here we go. Like here comes the police is gonna be here, so it's like, make sure you don't bring up any weird topic or anything like that might scratch into politics or might scratch into some type of social justice thing. Because even if it just scratches it, like you're not even making a joke or even barely talking about it, they just fucking shoehorn it right into there, and then you're just stuck in fucking this goddamn world. And it's like, yeah, you're fighting battles for like fucking people you don't even like. When was the last time you like fucking helped an old lady across the street? When was the last time you did anything nice for anybody in a real time situation? Like, it's crazy.
Okay, so this is
What's up?
This was my whole point of the whole thing that I wish I could have got across to him, but I just didn't have I didn't have it fully worked out in my head, I guess. But he was for a situation say this pen joke is racist. Say somebody's listening to this and going, "Black pens matter" is horribly
I just
offensive.
thought like people can't tell if we're just talking about Penn Jillette having like a new racist fucking half hour all of a sudden, dude. He just changed. He really got kind of older and things got weird.
Yeah, could be. But say that's the most racist thing someone's heard. Say that's the case. He went to 11 with that. Like, he fucking cranked it up to the offended meter. He was in the red. Fucking, it was teetering. It was about to explode. Yeah. The engine's about to bust. And what if somebody then just came in and just started yelling the N-word? Where do you go from there? You're in tears already over a pen joke. If somebody just came in and fucking had like horribly offensive t-shirts just yelling about lynching black people, like he fucking kicks in the door, what do? You're just like, I don't have anywhere to go. I already got offended at pens. I'm stuck.
It almost seems like the funny thing is too is like if literally like the KKK kicked in the door and was like burned a cross right in this guy's face, I feel like he would just fall to his knees and cry like a baby.
Maybe.
Like, I don't think he would do anything, dude.
He seems like a relatively, if you put him in a lineup with a bunch of other SJWs, he probably wouldn't fit. Like, he doesn't seem like that. He seems like he's more of like a tough, like football playing kind of dude. And it's not normal, and it just seems so weird how emotionally invested he is in weird identity politics.
I mean, yeah, just showing some type of weakness in him somewhere. So that's what I mean. Just like the way that he handled all that, it's like if he was about anything, he would be like, "Hey man, why don't you make that fucking joke to fucking what's his name's face?"
Yeah.
If he was really offended by it, you know what I mean? You just say that and then you walk away. And if anybody wants to try some shit, then you'd be like, "Whatever, then I'll fight you over being racist, motherfucker." If that's what we got to do. But instead, he's like, he would never fight anybody over being racist. So that's why I feel like if the KKK kicked in and burned a cross in his face, which is the most extreme thing I can think of.
I don't think they were ever doing that. Like, I don't think they ever kicked indoors and burned crosses and stared you in the eyes when it happened. Like, I think it was more of a do it and run kind of thing.
No, they do in your lawn, stare you at your face and happen.
Do they?
About,
I always thought it was more of
they
like a Nicky Nicky Nine Doors.
I don't know how it is now.
I don't know. I'm more wholesome.
They did a lot of things. They would fucking break into your house and fucking murder you sometimes, or beat you up, or hang you and shit. I mean, she was fucked up back in the day, bro.
I thought it was more
KKK
of a...
dog.
Yeah,
KKK,
I get it. They're fucked
crazy,
up.
Man.
I get it, but I still thought it was
dog.
more of an more of a I'm gonna put this here and then just leave it there for you to find, and that's kind of like an intimidating symbol.
Sometimes they'll just burn that shit, stand out there and look you right in the fucking eye, dude. Let you know, make it, and then probably do like a whole thing and yell shit at you, or fucking, you know what I mean?
Wow,
some intimidation shit.
God damn. You're...
Make like a whole, you know what I mean? It's like it's more horrifying if just like fucking 20 dudes standing there while it's burning and they're all yelling, you know, some terrible thing at you and shit. It's like fucking.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I mean, could you imagine walking out your front yard right now and there's just 20 people burning across and yelling some chant about how they hate Ryans? All Ryans are terrible.
I wouldn't even know how to feel.
Fucking Christ. And think about that. You wake up one day and you're like, people just want to kill Ryans? What did I do? I was just named Ryan. I didn't have nothing to do with any of this shit. I hate the name Ryan. I don't even know if I want to be Ryan, but I am. I don't have a choice. And they're like, we know all the Ryans, and they're just burning a big R.
Do people know about this? Because, dude, if you just like did like a TED Talks on that, I think you'd end racism. Because like it just changed my mind, man. It just made it all click.
Dude, really, dude? Could you wake up? Could you imagine waking up and one day everybody just wants to kill all the Jebediahs? I couldn't believe that. All right.
You gotta do that for every name, and then just start with the real racist names. You want to go through the southern
all
names.
Cletuses. Cletus. I've only ever met one real Cletus, and he was a fucking Florida NASCAR fan, dude.
He was super racist. Definitely, I can tell.
Probably. I don't know. Not even from like Tallahassee. So
Dude,
yeah.
Cletus is currently in a forum arguing about why the Confederate flag needs to make a comeback.
Yeah, he's a big QAnon guy too. He's in both. Dude, Cletus is big. He's also got InfoWars in the back of his van. My buddy Justin sent me a picture the other day of somebody with an InfoWars sticker on the back of their pickup truck.
Wow.
And he was like, "They do exist, man, in real life." And I was like, "Wow, yep."
No,
real life sighting.
There's somebody in my town who's real into promoting it at the very least because they put fucking stickers all over. There's stickers all in the downtown area, just InfoWars all over, and they're high quality because nobody can get them off.
Really?
Yeah, I think they know that.
They're just sticking them around?
I think InfoWars is aware that people are going to be attempting to pull down the stickers, so they went for the upgraded adhesive on the backside and like the laminate.
Listen, we're gonna need better stickers, all right? People are trying to tear them down. I'm willing to pay the extra goddamn $15 for the stickers, all right?
I'm
Now,
kind
factor
of
that in with
retarded.
all the pain pills, and factor that in with the steroids, and then tell me how much all that comes up to by the end of the month. What's my nut? Let me know my goddamn nut, damn it.
I honestly think that was a conversation that was had. Like, we understand that our stuff's going to get pulled down, so let's make them as hard as possible to get down because we need our info out there.
InfoWars stickers are going to get torn down by these goddamn communists, so we got to get them up there, real good ones. Is that going to bust my nut or not? Tell me.
That's what they did, and they're all over the place. So like they do exist, and people are real big into InfoWars. So I don't know.
I'm just picturing Alex Jones yelling at his accountant about busting his nut, and his accountant's like, "Why does he keep saying that?
Keep busting nuts.
Am I gonna bust my nut or not? God damn it!"
Yeah, I don't know. Alex Jones is fun. I enjoy characters like Alex Jones. I don't believe he's real. I don't think you go to a nice dinner with Alex Jones. I don't think he's yelling about gay frogs and stuff.
Yeah, people who like see him as like a truly problematic person, and they're just like I have a couple friends who are like, great, funny people and shit, but they're just like they won't have any of it, and I'm just like, dude, I don't know, man. What I see is just pure entertainment value. Like I get it's retarded, like. Oh, it's going to make some dumb people think dumb things. It's like, yeah, and then so will the next guy and the next dumb thing. It's like, yeah, no shit, man. You ever just want to take a sip, like a back seat here and just look at the chaos happen a little bit? Instead of having to, like, feel like you have some invested fight in it when you can't change shit about Alex Jones' influence in the world. You being like, oh, I think it's bullshit. I don't even want to look at it because I feel like it's a negative influence on everyone else. When it's like... It's not really harming anybody. It's not like Alex Jones is beating people up on the fucking live stream. He's just yelling dumb, crazy shit. It's fucking hilarious.
No, I'm still convinced that, like, a year from now, Sacha Baron Cohen's gonna fucking pull off the Alex Jones mask that he's been wearing for the last, like, decade and a half, and people are gonna be like, holy shit, this was the next Borat? We all fell for it. We're all idiots.
Yep.
I
mean, I don't know. I guess everybody's fucking big thing with him is that he lied about the kid shootings or whatever. But, I mean...
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I was never listening to him to believe what he was talking about, that's for sure.
No,
I would never really listen to him either. But, like, whenever I watch the Joe Rogan episodes or whatever, I could never go as deep as to actually, go down the rabbit hole of InfoWars. We should do that one day.
we definitely should
Do a deep dive on Alex Jones' like early life or something.
Yeah, deep dive. I just like
What was he
deep
like
dive
as a
on.
fucking teenager.
Dude, we're gonna do a deep dive on InfoWars and ending up like subscribing and like being like big fans, buying all their supplements and whatever. It's gonna
The
happen.
supplements. I mean, it's all just so funny, dude. It's like I sell supplements
And toothpaste. Toothpaste.
He's yelling about intergalactic child molesters and fucking Donald Trump's gonna save the world. It's just all so. I don't know, man. It's theater.
Oh,
It's theater. You can't make. It's like better than reality TV. It's more raw.
well, speaking of Alex
Most
Jones,
garbage thing you can ever watch.
we got a crazy theory going on this show that we're in the simulation or the simulation is real, and I think dude, I'm pretty sure
we actually came up with that, dude. That's our thing.
It is. Yeah, no, like nobody else has come up with that. That was how we dipped our toe into conspiracy theories, and we started that one. So you're welcome. Also, I found this little article that I think proves that we are in the simulation, or that there is the possibility that it's there. At the very least, that's what you get. So apparently, some researchers decided to make a cybernetic slug. And that apparently slugs only do a couple of things. Like apparently they try to avoid whatever they're getting eaten by, and they try to eat, and they try to have sex with things. And that's the only things that they really do.
Really, the only things they do are suck and fuck. Suck, fucking duck.
They put flea, feed, and fuck. I like yours so much better.
Suck, fucking duck, dude. Hell yes, dude. People don't know how to make catchphrases, man. I'm telling you,
dude. Slugs suck, fucking duck, man. I had a hard time remembering fleed, feed, and fuck. That's stupid.
I mean, that just does not flow off the tongue at all, dude. That's so bad.
It's a tongue twister. It's actually hard to say.
Feed, fuck, fluff. Yeah, it's a tongue twister, exactly.
Dude,
suck fucking duck, baby. Woo.
You can change it up. Bam. You can change it up on them and go like duck fucking suck. You can suck fuck ducks. Like you're good.
It's just three great words combined.
Well,
mix and match as you wish.
These sucking fucking duck and slugs are apparently they're great because that's why they only do that, and they made a simulation that a slug is now in. So a slug is basically matrixed into into like a machine that he thinks he's in a slug simulation. He's fully in that. So like that gives the possibility that somebody has us inside of a simulation, and we're all just doing that because all he's doing is sucking, fucking, and ducking in a simulation. So that's like a really base, like some fucking university put that together, and universities don't have a budget, but like, you know who does? Fucking NASA, goddamn CIA.
That's just the same level of VR that we're at right now, dude. It's pretty much all you can do in VR is like suck, fucking, duck, and maybe shoot a gun every now and then or something, but it's mostly just a lot of sucking, fucking, and ducking going on.
They're definitely they're lacking on the sucking technology. Sucking is way behind fucking and ducking. It's just
a slug hooked up with some VR porn is what it sounds like, bro.
Kinda, yeah.
He's just zonked out, fucking cranking one out all day, or what?
Yep, he's just in there, and I assume they
How
put.
Does he know he's fucking? Doesn't he gotta he's gotta be sucking on something? He's gotta be fucking on something, right? What's he sucking and fucking on?
Nothing. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there. He just thinks he's in suck fucking duckland. So he's like the Matrix guy.
Now, isn't that fun? Because they could just say that they did that.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey, this slug thinks this. It's a fucking slug, dude. It could just be dead, and you would know the difference. You realize that, right?
You great
they
that
could
would
just put a slug into an art. They could just freeze a slug and slowly let it like thaw out, and you'd be like, "Wow, that's fucking. Look at him. He's in there." This is a ridiculous concept, dude. You realize that, right?
I didn't until you pointed it out. But damn, yeah, no, they're just poking a dead slug every couple of months and coming back.
What the fuck is going on here? They're like, the slug thinks he's in a simulation. What? I mean, even if they up the ante with like a turtle. All right, check this turtle out. He's totally in VR. It's just like a turtle with a little mini VR helmet on, and he's just sitting there. And they're like, he thinks he's fucking in the goddamn wild, dude. He thinks he's in the swamp right now. The turtle's just sitting there, just fucking standing in place.
But I guess, like, maybe they can get the snail to come or something. Maybe then they're just like, look, he's fucking. Look, he's sucking. Like, I don't know. He's still got to eat.
They have to see it. Because then he's going to be doing it, but, like, there's nothing there for him to get the tactile feedback, right? I mean, this just all sounds like bullshit to me, dude.
He's also
they just got the dumbest. They got the easiest animal that you could never prove it did or didn't. And then they were like, well, it definitely did then because you can't prove it didn't.
Fair enough. You know what? I kind of agree.
What do we got here? I mean, what's it saying?
It
Bot
means nothing.
adds up sensation.
So it does give it sensory sensations. It does feel that it's fuck sucking and ducking. It feels like it has to duck. It's like a really good dream. But I think it's you poked all of the holes in it, and now I think it's bullshit. But it's proof that there could be a simulation.
It's just fucking similar circuits are active in ancient parts of our brain. Oh, we can actually connect that here. It's contemporary AI. Hey, we got AI to work in the slug. You imagine fucking asking taxpayers or fucking, what do you call it, like not investors but donors for money for something like this?
They probably don't.
Yeah, I want to check
college.
out these slugs and see if we can make them put these slugs in the simulation.
They're getting college credit. That's all they're getting.
Like, why would I get shit on for trying to be a fucking comedian if fucking some kid's like, hey, mom, no, I'm putting slugs in a simulation? That sounds dumb, dude. Like, that sounds like some dumb high guy shit. Like, why is that considered fucking great? Fucking, like, influential science? It sounds like some stoner shit, bro. I get baked and do that right now. Give me some slugs. I'll put one in the simulation. I'll suck and fuck a slug. If that's what it takes.
I think we'll go do that. And you know what? That will be sponsored by our sponsor that I think we've been slacking on lately. Truck Nuts for Hats.
Yeah.
Are you tough? Are you badass? Are you a hard motherfucker? Well, I can't tell because we're inside a hardware store and your truck nuts are hanging out in the parking lot. As far as I know in here, you could be a fucking pussy. That's why you need these truck nuts for hats. Handcrafted right here in the United States of America by a woman, as God intended. That's right. Our patented clip-on technology fastens a custom pair of truck nuts right to the back of your hat. And at a base price of just $50, you can have truck nuts shipped directly to your front door in our completely nondescript testicle-shaped packaging in 35 business days or less. Best of all, $5 of every purchase goes to the Wounded Warrior campaign. So get yours today. We got your back. Truck nuts for hats.
And the reason that I'm bringing that up is because somebody actually reached out to me, and I don't think they fully understand that your company doesn't exist, because they asked me, where do I order it? And they're not fucking getting it.
Tell them they're going to send $50 to fucking basescripters@gmail.com, dude. And I'll fucking find a way. I'll hit up goddamn fucking, what's his name, dude?
Your provider? Oh, the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, Bozzy?
Yeah. No, I'm actually going to see I'm going to see the person that makes the nuts tomorrow.
I want one. I
I'll
genuinely want
I'll
one.
do a business deal.
Can I get
I'll
one?
do a business deal.
At the very least, I need one.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk to her about it because apparently it's going to be a thing now, dude. I got a feeling like this might actually be a thing, so I probably should like be like, hey, how'd you get these fucking nuts? What the fuck are these nuts all about, dude? Because they're like customized and they're like engraved, so I got to figure out how this happened.
Yeah, can you get one? Like, if you got like one nut shut off in Vietnam, can you get like the one nut? Can we have like the real low hanger, like the high and tight? We have a couple different models.
We can have. I mean, we don't want to go crazy. No, we just have the one.
No.
Truck nuts for hats, dude.
No.
It's a classic and original type thing. It's like you don't want to get crazy. You saw what happened to the other guy, dude, right? The other
That's
guy
what I'm saying. We got to get on
went
his
down the road-
level.
Went down the variety. No, that guy went down Variety Road and it went too goddamn far, dude. You see how long those videos were? And these are the peach-colored truck nuts. These are the truck nuts that are cyan. These truck nuts are glitter glow in the dark. These truck nuts are fucking action camo. These truck nuts are fucking whatever. Houndtooth.
Well, we have all of ours are good. That's the thing. They're not just going to be different colors. You're good every time it goes to a different one. It'll be like, this is the high and tight. This is the castration edition.
Dude, no. We do it where it's like Ryan's nuts, Mike's nuts, Christian's nuts, and then it's like a collectibles.
And it's gonna be
you remember the bones, dude? Remember the bone things?
Crazy bones?
What do you call them? Crazy bones. Yeah,
I got a couple
Crazy
sitting in the
bones
other
with
room.
Nuts.
But yeah, I know I like that, but it's going to be an issue if we ever have some guests on when we're going to be like, yeah, so as part of the package of coming on the show, we're going to need a mold of your testicles. And they're going to be really weirded out by that. And
Not for the guests. This is for the real deal. See, anybody who's like a regular, like you might get like it might be like a goal. Like if you were a guest on one of the podcasts a bunch, and you could get your own set of truck nuts, man.
yeah,
Or if you're like a member, like like say you like we should have like some type of, we gotta extract money from these people, Ryan. Okay,
who are
we gotta figure out a way to charge them some exorbitant price to have their own nuts made into truck nuts for hats.
But
Some dumbass will pay money for that, right?
I'd pay for my own. I don't think I'd pay for yours.
I'm saying, yeah, exactly. That's my point.
I don't know. I like.
But
I
if
don't.
you want to pay for your own, it's just a lot fucking more money, and that's fucking great for me.
So what? We send them in the mail some clay, and then like some real high quality clay, and they mold
pictures, and then we just outsource all this shit to India, which is where all the new labor is going instead of China now.
So we need like a panoramic shot of your testicles. We need the whole thing, like a 3D scale of your testicles.
Don't send it to us. Yeah, we'll have a separate email set up for that. Or you'll send it directly to some poor Indian man who has to look at this all goddamn day long. That's pretty much his fucking job.
I'm so into this idea. Like I know for a fact this is not gonna work. Nobody's gonna want testicles hanging from their hat or anywhere else.
Somebody was actually willing to pay $50 for a set of truck nuts for hats. You're telling me that right now.
I don't think they fully grasped how much it was, but I think they were asking questions, and I was busy at the time, and I kind of just shut it down. I was just like, I don't think they're not really like available, like kind of. I didn't. I should have indulged.
The way to do it. Listen, the official way to do it. If you want a pair of truck nuts for hats, the official way for the last fucking time is to send an email to base grifters, BASSGRIFTERS @gmail.com with the subject line truck nuts 4 hats, and then we'll fucking cut some deals or whatever.
Nobody's just
we'll go from there, dude.
And nobody's
you
gonna
just
do
send
that.
the message, and that's it. We start the interaction, then we'll haggle.
It's that's not how it works. You need a like at least a checkout. It needs to say like, here's your order number, because nobody's just ordering.
This is grassroots shit. All right.
Whatever. I still think we need to get a hold of the truck nuts guy before we start doing this. We got a lawsuit on our hands for sure. But
that fucking guy hasn't put out a video since like '94. It looked like, dude. I don't know what that guy's. He's probably dead.
Might be dead. He might be dead, but he still has his answering machine out, because we did try to call it, and it was basically just to place orders.
You could cut him and done some deals with Poop Knife too, and then just get this whole thing rolling, dude. I'm really trying to goddamn monetize here, dude. Extract from these different awesome retailers that we've been partnering with.
I told you that Poop Knife like retweeted some of our stuff, right?
Yeah, and that's they should. They very well should. They get it.
Poop Knife.
You know what I mean?
Biggest supporter, like day one supporters. They were early adopters of the show.
Yeah, dude, and you know what? They're down with my slightly racist dad. That's awesome. Perfect. Poop Knife.
It was no pen joke.
Approves.
But,
There was no pen jokes though, man. I would never do that. I would just do a kind of a goofy, what do you call it?
Is it Japanese?
Monk accent.
I could not tell what that was supposed to be.
Shaolin monk accent.
I think
that's what I was trying to do, man.
I think that's what makes it not racist, is because we can't put our finger on exactly the race that you were going for, so you can't say that it's racist.
Exactly.
Just keep it ambiguous.
I was going for a monk, which is just a type of person. It's not even a race.
Yeah.
I was trying to sound like a Shaolin monk. I was trying to sound like a person that prepares sushi. I'm sorry, I was not trying to sound like a Japanese man, sir. think somebody's ever used that as a fucking as a rationale.
All right, let's close this off with the most interesting story that I found this week.
All right, here's an interesting story. You ready? I thought about this earlier, but I didn't know when to fit it in. But I wanted to tell it to you before I forgot.
Okay.
One time there was this game where I don't know if you ever heard of it. It was like some like hydro fire or something like that. It was like you set it down, and it was kind of like air hockey with like flippers or whatever, like pinball air hockey. And then you had like little water tanks, and then whenever you scored on the other person, it would squirt water in their face. So like I score on you, and like there's like a water tank with a thing that like faces towards you. Look it up, like board game that squirts your face.
Board game. I'm sure I'm only gonna get
Yeah,
that.
it
One.
literally, dude, it's something. So please find out what this fucking is, dude. Board game that shoots your face
Shoots your face is a lot different than
with
squirts
water.
your face.
With water. Sorry, that squirts your face. Yeah, not shoots your face. Sorry, yeah, that's way better. That squirts your face.
Hydro Strike.
Hydro Strike. Yeah, I knew it was Hydro something. All right, so Hydro Strike. Check. Oh, you got a video here,
I
dude.
do.
Nice.
I don't know what it is though.
For fans of board games, it's Lucky Penny Shop.
Wait,
We
this
love
is
board
not
games.
it.
This one.
This isn't it. This is
This
Hydro
is not-
Battle.
it's
Yeah, this
something-
is different.
It's something similar to it.
No,
yeah,
Hydro
it's not the
Strike
same
is
thing.
this. It doesn't have a video for Hydro Strike. There's There's a couple
Yeah,
of different.
that's it. Yeah.
Hydro Battle is like Battleship for but the
Type
same
in
thing.
Hydro Strike video, or just type that into Google straight up and see if you get a video for that.
Hydro Strike. This seems great. How was I not aware of this? I guess I didn't want to get wet while I was playing air hockey. That seems ridiculous. And you played this?
The sprayer is aimed at both players. Strike quick when you play, or you'll get the spray.
Oh, that's awful.
Right. Let's explain just kind of how this works.
There you go.
Competition is heating up and
Oh,
getting
yeah.
wet. Hi, I'm Matt with TTPM, and today I'm playing with
guy's
Hydro
great.
Strike from Pressman.
This dude gets tons
This skill
of
and
points.
action game is for 2 players
Oh,
ages 7 and up. It includes the game
What happened? God damn it, Hydro
board
Strike.
and 2 yellow balls. This is a head-to-head pinball style game with one major point of difference. When your opponent scores, you will get wet. Fill the tank with water, press the pressure switch, and start battling. First player to 5 points wins. I enjoy games like
All right.
this, and the
Now,
extra
this
added
is fun,
water
right?
blast
It's
is
kinda funny.
fun.
No, it looks
He
like
gets squirted.
it looks like
Is this showing the guy gets squirted yet? Show me a squirt.
no, it looks like absolute dog shit. It looks like the worst
the
fucking
squirt.
pinball.
Oh,
game.
I lived in a trailer, man. Give me a break. It was
Is that
squirt.
the
All right.
balls can fly off the game board.
No, it
I
it not only can fly
Yeah.
off the game board, it seems like it exclusively
It does.
flies off the game board.
All the time. It's very annoying.
It's like
Yes,
the
okay,
only
yes,
thing it
I
does.
know.
Almost every shot they've taken has flown off the side. It's so poorly built. It's
Dude, don't shit on Hydro Strike, bro.
This is such a piece of shit.
Watch
wish
the
the
spray.
walls were
Where's
a
the
bit
squirt?
higher. I'm not sure how much repeat play there is. The water blast
Oh, that was
Oh, you see
dog
that? You got
shit.
jizz on?
That was
All
dog
right, so,
shit.
Dude, all right, so yeah, so this guy gets skeeved in the face, whatever. So here's what happened. Here's how I ruined this toy. All right, I got maybe a day or two's use out of this.
Okay.
All right, me and my buddy were playing with it. Right, I thought it would be funny if I peed in it in the tank, and then I was on my end. I was like, "Oh, dude, let's do it to where like you drink the water." Or I put like Kool-Aid, or I put something in it to where like you drink it, and I opened my mouth and I was drinking mine, and I swear to God, I got this dude to drink my piss. It squirted it, and he held his mouth open, and and then it squirted right in his mouth, bro. And then he fucking was like, "What the fuck?" And he was freaking out. He was super mad at me. Sorry, I fucking gained out there. He's like, "What the fuck?" He was super mad, and then yeah, and then I pretty much couldn't use the game anymore after that. It just smelled like piss. But that dude did drink my piss, and he was pretty pissed off about it. But
You invited a
We're
friend
both
over.
nerds.
Wait, did you invite a friend over to drink your piss?
yeah, this kid was. I mean, he was happy to hang out with anybody. Dude. Like I said, I was hanging around in the trailer park. There was a lot of kids that were malnourished and, fucking inbred. We came in from out of town. These kids had been here for a while, generations.
You are so terrible. You were so man.
Yeah,
I thought I was a terrible kid by getting the annoying kid in my town to come over, and I would trick him into giving me Pokemon cards because no one was really clear on how to play Pokemon. So I just kind of lied to him and said he lost every time and took all of his Pokemon cards. You invited the kid over to drink your piss.
Not just to do that. I don't know. It's probably a bad idea, but at the time I thought it was a good idea. All right, peed in his mouth.
Wrong.
I know, Trump. It was wrong. I'm sorry, but that is a true story. So I just wanted to get that out of there. Now, what were you going to show me?
I don't want to show you anything anymore. I don't know what's happening. At any moment, you could.
I didn't pee in your mouth, man. Relax.
Yeah, but you could now. I didn't think it was an option. I honestly never thought there was a chance of you peeing in my mouth, and now I have to be on guard.
I'm a different person now, Ryan.
You wouldn't do it again?
A million times.
You would do it again.
If I could do it now, if I could get a grown man to drink my piss, now there's too much risk now, dude, okay? When you're a kid, you're like fucking 9 or 10. You're like, whatever. You're not going to fight me. It's not going to hurt that bad if we fight. Right now, you're going to get you could get knocked the fuck out for pissing in a man's mouth. This isn't Jackass, bro. I don't live with fucking Chris Pontius.
Wow. Wow, that's so terrible. I'm trying to think if there's anything equivalent that I've done. I remember I squirted Nair down my cousin's crotch when we were like teenagers. So like that's a thing. But I still don't think that compares. You convinced somebody. Like you got him to willingly drink your piss, which brings it to a whole different level. Like you didn't even have to.
Well, he didn't willingly do it. He didn't know he was willingly doing it.
But he did.
I got him to. It was literally like some Cartman level evil shit.
Didn't it smell like piss?
Evil doery.
Wasn't he playing the game like wait, did you like wait until you scored on him to say like, hey, drink the piss, or did you say like, hey, just press the button and squirt some of this into your mouth?
I let him score on me like twice, and then I did it.
You even thought like it'll seem too obvious if I just score on him right away.
Of course it would.
The fact that you were like you had a plan to
I
get
had to
him
do it first. But it was also I was probably like extra paranoid. Like he probably would have just done it first, but I was just in my head like, no, he's gonna know I peed in it, so I need to do it first so he doesn't suspect anything.
That is.
I gotta make sure I get away with this.
So
I mean, what else? What else is like a weird? I mean, I can't think of too many other. One time at band camp, I put icy hot in a dude's eyelids while he was sleeping, and then I brushed my teeth with this other kid's toothbrush, and there was I left a hair in it from my ass. Swear to God.
I don't even know what's real anymore.
Sticking out of the toothbrush. I did that one time in band camp.
You didn't, right? That's like not a real story.
I swear to God. And the icy hot in the kid's eyelids. And he didn't deserve that. I feel bad about that. And the toothbrush, honestly. I feel bad about both of those two things. The pee thing, I feel like was a little more innocent and just kind of goofy and funny. But those two things, I do kind of just feel bad about. And I wanted to get that off my chest. Welcome to American, everybody. Sometimes it's about redemption. There were no women involved and no black people. So it's okay. I peed on a white man's face. And I'm pretty sure that's still okay. Right? There's never been a better time to tell these stories about all these terrible things I did to white, gross pigs. Yeah, I brushed my asshole with this fucking white toothbrush, that white bigot. I pissed all over his fucking patriarchal face.
Oh my God, that is so devastating. Wow. Like you've changed my perspective on my childhood, because every once in a while I think back on something terrible that I did and none of it compares to what you did. Not even one of those stories. If I did one of those, I would feel like I could relate and I could be like, yeah, okay, I'm on your level. Nothing I did was on that level. I'm like, holy shit, okay?
What's one of the worst moral things you've ever done morally? Like moral things you've ever done morally. I know that sounded retarded. Fuck you if you're listening. You're an asshole for judging me while you're in your car thinking and not having to think about what you're going to say next. You can just analyze and judge. I've done it. I know. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Ryan? Sorry, I was defending your honor.
No, dude, that got really deep for one guy that's listening right now. Fuck, that was out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's like, Jesus Christ, all right, relax. Yeah, he's like, he's in the simulation now. Now he knows it's real. He's like, fuck, dude. Maybe this shit is real. Maybe I should listen to more of that shit. I don't know.
No,
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to think like I broke into some houses, like not like people that were actually living houses, like abandoned houses and stuff like that, but
I got a doozy for you, Ryan.
You
got nothing?
I've like vandalized some stuff, but it's all like just like childish garbage. Like, oh, I remember there was a time that I guess I didn't do it, so that's what makes it fucking weird. But like, I remember there was a time that we got like we kind of just like tortured like a couple of our friends and stuff, but it wasn't like actual torture. It was like one of their first time getting drunk and just made them do a bunch of stupid shit. And it's kind of
no. Please walk me through this.
No, it's not. Nothing was that crazy. Like we made him go streaking, made him say dumb shit. Like it was like fucking like when he passes out, drew on him and stuff like that.
You
It's
made
like,
a guy go streaking?
yeah, all I do is dumb, basic fucking.
Did you call me gay for my cousins fucking telling me to take off my pants, and they turned the light back on and they all made fun of me for dropping my pants down, and then you're over here getting a dude to streak and you're not gay? I think you're the gay one, dude.
Convincing somebody to streak is
Gay.
is no. When you
It's more gay than being the one that got convinced to streak. You're just like, oh, I thought I was supposed to do that. Everybody else is just like, no, we just wanted to see you naked. So we convinced you to get naked so we could just look at it.
You started the beginning of an incest porn scene. I convinced a guy to go streaking.
Both of these end the same way, okay?
Sure. Okay, I'll meet you in the middle. Fine. We're both gay, I guess. What did you want out of that?
All right, that's it. I'm fine. As long as we're even, then we're good. Go ahead.
Then nobody's gay, right? If we're both the same amount of gay, then no one's gay. So,
hey, then I'm not gay anymore. We canceled it out.
I'm sure there's something, and I'll sit and think about it. I'll dwell for a little while and find the worst thing that I've done, because I know there's some horrible shit. But there's not like nothing comes to my like fuck, man. I remember.
It's Canadian. It's Canada. I get it, dude. I mean, it's like, what's the worst thing a Canadian's done? It's probably not a question too many people even bothered to ask.
No, I've never pulled my ass hairs out and put it on a toothbrush. That's such a high level.
I didn't pull it out. I brushed my asshole with it, and then that one just happened to come out from rigorous brushing. What's the point?
Wait, I thought you said you brushed your teeth. You just said you used the toothbrush. I thought you used it in your mouth. You used it on your asshole?
Right, I used it in my ass, you dumbass. Why don't I use it in my mouth and then put an ass hair on it?
Because
that's the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest Canadian thing I've ever heard. Why wouldn't I just use the toothbrush to obtain said ass hair?
You don't get to do that. You just
pulled an ass hair out before?
When one says I used his toothbrush, it's safe to assume you used it in the traditional fashion, not you used it to scrape your asshole.
Nope.
Yes.
That's what I said.
100%.
Well, I know that you would think that, but I did follow it with I used it to brush my butthole. I said that. I said the words.
I don't know.
I brushed my butthole.
I don't believe you said that. I believe you said you used his toothbrush and then you put ass hairs on it. That's what I thought you said. I'm probably hearing it wrong, but that's what I was the impression that I was going off of. I thought you plucked a butt hair and left it on there as a treat after you used it. But no, you scraped the inside of your cheeks with a man's toothbrush. And did you find the follow up? Did he scream the next day, or did you just hear a lot of
no clue. I feel better that I left the hair, because then maybe he would have caught it.
Dude, that's terrible. Like, you did this. Wait. You did this with no payoff.
You want to hear the worst thing?
Sure.
One time, Mike used to have a church that he went to all the time. His grandparents were really religious that he got raised by. So every now and then, I would go to Mike's church for whatever reason. And one time, me and my buddy Stuart went to Mike's church for some festival thing that they had. And inside the foyer at Mike's church was this table, nice tablecloth, all this shit. It's just kind of people coming in and out, milling about. Nobody's really focused on this area. And there's a jar on it. It was like the veteran jar, or like leave money for wounded veterans or something like that. And they were doing some kind of fundraiser thing there for vets, and me and my buddy Stuart reached in and grabbed out $10 each, and we went and bought a blunt an hour later with the $10 we stole out of the veteran jar in the church foyer. Swear to God, dude. I think that was just like, if you thought about morally reprehensible things, I still feel like that was the dirtiest. It was just like such a disregard for like every scenario that you're in around you. Like you're looking around, you're like, I'm in a church. There's all these nice old people that were vets and shit probably. And fucking, you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna take this out. And we were like just about, and then we just dipped immediately afterwards. We're like, yeah, we just got high in the car and probably got arrested.
Yeah, that's some degenerate stuff. Like that's some just like fucking trashy bullshit. But like, am I a bad person?
I said morally.
No. But am I a bad person for thinking that butt hairs on my toothbrush is worse? Because you just stole $10 from some veterans. Sure, like that's really, really bad, but you didn't even get the payoff of like, haha, you brushed your teeth with my butt hairs. You just did it to an unsuspecting person, and that just happened to him. That's just a thing that happened to him. Nobody's around. He's just like, why are there butt hairs in my mouth right now? My toothbrush tastes like shit. And he just sat there, and nobody else was around, and he just lives with that. He doesn't have an explanation. He doesn't get closure to that. He just goes, why does my toothbrush taste like shit?
I'll tell you why, because that's funny. They're still funny. There's nothing funny about stealing money from the fucking vet jar at the goddamn in a church. That's just terrible. There's nothing funny about that. It's pretty funny to think that like that guy was just like, why? Is that an ass hair? Why? He pulled an ass hair out of his teeth. It's just like, I don't care who you are. I mean, it'd be funny if that happened to my mom.
No, it wouldn't.
Sure. The way you just described it, dude, I was laughing my ass off, man. Great stuff.
Great stuff. All right, well, it's not getting any better than that.
Kill.
So I guess we wrap it up right here because there's nothing else to do. So
Did you have an excellent story you wanted to share? Oh man, I had a topic. This is like the second week ever that I was trying to get to this fucking topic, and I want to talk next week. Now I'll just bring it up this week so I don't forget. I want to talk about how you ever go back like the other day for some reason a punk song came on, like some fucking Sex Pistol song. I forget what I was listening to or where it came on it. And I was just like, wow, I used to love that shit when I was like a teenager. And it just sounds so fucking retarded now. It sounds so shitty. At a certain point, it just clicked. It switched over for me, dude. Where like Sex Pistols, instead of being awesome and fun, just started sounding like a belligerent drunk dude just kind of yelling at the top of his lungs in the street with a bunch of dudes poorly playing instruments behind him, kind of. And so I kind of want to go through next week. Let's try to set this up. Maybe put a little time into it. Go back and really think of our old bands from when we were in middle school and fucking maybe even early high school. Put together a list of like the 10 bands that we listened to back then, and then fucking kind of hold each other to trial for them. See what stands up and what doesn't.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go through them like
in an honest fucking recollection of like what were you actually listening. And I'll go back and really think, because a lot of it's going to be pretty fucking embarrassing for me. So
I got one to crack it off.
Too.
Here,
I got some bad ones.
Here's just to dip my toe in the water. I went through a solid, like probably longer than it should have been, Limp Bizkit phase, and I fucking nothing got me more hyped than fucking Chocolate Starfish album for a while there. And like I definitely illegally downloaded. I didn't fully go and purchase the album, but it was high in rotation.
I had the same thing going on, but also I was probably deeper on the Corn.
Corn. Yeah,
I was way deeper on Corn.
Corn's not that bad at the end of the day. Like, if you go deep on Corn, I guess that's kind of fucked up. But like, if you say surface level Corn, that's all right.
We're talking Papa Roach.
Oof.
We're talking AFI, Alkaline Trio, going back far enough.
Did you?
I mean,
ironically, like cut your life into pieces. Did you fucking rock it,
bro? I was listening to that in Orgy.
Oh my! Oh fuck!
At the same
man.
time.
You are.
So can we do this? Can we do this? Can we? Oh, it's gonna be a great episode
Is
next week,
it?
man. Let's go
Is
back
it?
and let's see what is a Canadian boy listening to, what's an American boy listening to, and what's the music that frames the youth of these two countries, and then we'll see if either of these, if any of these even hold up. Not either of these, if any of these hold up.
Dude, I feel like if we lined up on Limp Bizkit, I don't feel like we're gonna differ too much. Like I feel like there was some shitty ones there, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot of yeah, that was shitty. That's annoying. But like if you don't like it still, like I don't think a lot of the ones that are just gonna be shitty. I'm not like trying to fucking defend Fred Durst up here. Like no, you didn't hear the B-side. Like that's gonna be the fun. But hey, man, I'll bring up every single shitty band that I used to listen to, and I'll do the best that I can, and I'll try and come up with some specific.
I kind of want to go back. I don't know if we could. We couldn't listen to them, but I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll think about it next week, anyways. That's something to look forward to. We'll do an old band deep dive kind of.
Yeah.
That's it though, guys. Welcome to the American. Buy some truck nuts for hats. Send an email. Basescriptors@gmail. Email@gmail. Basescriptors.com. Subject matter: truck nuts for hats. $50 starting price, guys. So if you're out there thinking about it, you better have some cash ready to go, dude. You better be ready to ante the fuck up on these nuts. Because you know what? The first person who gets the first nuts might get like a special pair. We might do something special to the first nut buyer. Because that means you're like the original guy, and you can maybe get some money for those nuts later on in life. You could hold on to them and maybe sell those nuts. That'd be worth more. Because they're like a special edition.
We're gonna have like a
Think about
serial
that. Maybe
number.
we'll make. Actually, and for the whole until there's some type of change and this Black Lives Matter movement kind of goes through, and we get some change for all this police brutality that's going on here in the world right now. Every set of truck nuts for hats that gets sold is going to be black. So you can only get black truck nuts for hats for the next couple of months, guys. And we have different tones going from cold brew to fucking caramel all the way down.
You don't even know if you can create the same ones that you have right there yet. You are fully unaware, and now you're already offering different skin tones. This is it. If you rewind to the beginning of this, you specifically said you did not want to go down that road, and you
now we got everything from
180.
iced coffee to eggplant, and that's it. Only black colors for the next couple months.
All of a sudden, camo's gonna roll in, and then you got fucking digital urban and fucking skyfall sunset and
Dude. Do you not know how to make money off of politicking a little bit here? Okay, we're making black nuts, bro.
Oh right, dude.
Fuck off.
I'm sorry. Yeah, right. We'll definitely do that. Other things. I'm sorry. You got to let me know these things beforehand. I'm not very bright, but
dude, go ahead, wrap it up, Ryan.
I don't want to anymore.
What?
Fuck you.
Welcome to an American.